Get it all out.
Yeah, all right. Hey, we're back. Once again, Night Look Radio Podcast, where we bring on people who are very familiar with us, very important to us. Sometimes we bring people out that we do not know, but we get a good vibe from them when we're out and about, in the clubs, everything Night Look related, entertainment related. And today I have a very special guest. I know I say that all the time, but this one, everybody's special in very different ways, right? It's like having like 10 kids. You like them all for different reasons, right? Yeah, this guy is very special for so many reasons. Before I introduce him, this guy has been killing the game since I've met him, right? He's very, very professional, very, very talented, very focused, very, very, very focused. And the first one to bring a gift to the Night Look Radio Podcast. Oh, where my joints at? Hold on.
There it is.
Welcome to the show, man. DJ Eddy Mena. What's up, man?
Oh, man, what's good? Chilling. What's good, bro?
Oh, yo, thank you for coming to the show. Dang, man, where did we start, man? Like, I wasn't lying about the intro to you, man. Like, you are focused, and my fiance's here, and she knows when we talk about you when you're not around. Amongst other DJs, I'm like, yo, you got a guy to watch. If you like, you know, sometimes guys don't want to watch older guys because they're like, all right, bet you want to watch older guys. A guy to watch is Eddy Mena. I promise you, I say this all the time. I'm your biggest fan on that side of the board, and I'm like, this guy.
Don't say that, man.
I'm telling you, I'm like, this guy's I told you that too, right?
You know, man.
I'm like, yo, this guy's focused, man. So before we dive in, man, let's do a quick background for the people who don't know who you are. Just do a quick breakdown. Where you're from, where you went to school, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Saludos. Yes. Yeah, no, my name is Eddy Mena, right? On my government name, my government name is Edward Mena. But no, yeah, I'm 27 years old. I'm a DJ. I'm a dad. Mm. I love music. I love anything that has to do with music. I don't know, man. I'm just a chill guy, man. I really love life. You know, many blessings. Got a lot going on right now. It's a busy life, but it's a good one. And I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be next to you, man.
Thanks.
I wanted to get on this camera more, not just whatever for the content or whatever. I wanted to give you your flowers.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Because, dude, like when I was a kid, and we talked about this earlier, but when I was a kid, man, and I was just finding my way through this game, you know, and I was always looking up to older people and stuff like that and just trying to find my way. And I wasn't getting any opportunities. A lot of people would tell me no's. I got a lot of no's. And one of the people that told me yes was you. And you gave me an opportunity. You know, you gave me advice, everything like that. So I just wanted to give you your flowers and let you know that I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Really, man. Not as a DJ or whatever, as a friend, as a homie, somebody that I looked up to, you know.
Thank you.
A lot of guys, you know, they were older than me. They looked different than me. You know, you kind of resembled me and, you know, a couple years older than me and stuff like that. I was like, man, like, he kind of looks like me and he's a DJ and, you know, this and that. I was like, you know, so like, to me, you were always, I mean, you're still the man, obviously. But.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't never give myself air horn, but let me get a couple.
Get a couple if you want, man.
Thank you for saying that, man. Oh man, you know, that one hit here.
No, really.
You know, I really appreciate that. And it didn't just hit here because of the words. It's who's saying the words, man. Like it's crazy because that picture of us from way back, and I'm gonna pop it on the screen.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
When we go and edit this. I just saw, like, after I met you and then just seeing where you're at now, I'm like, it's amazing to see, you know.
Yep.
You're very humble. And I think when it's time to I guess when they say brag or anything like that, you do it on the turntables. You do it with the talent. Yeah, you do it with the consistency, with the being versatile, you know, because, you know, that's, you know, in this game, it's a sport, right? Yeah. But instead of the guy that's online just talking this, that, and the third, you know, I think I saw a lot of grown man in you, like very, very early on, and you don't see that a lot. You see a lot of younger men lose focus or do it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. You just been sharp, man. So it's just crazy, man, because just thinking of like where you were then and then where you at now, man? So like, how do you get a time to self-reflect on yourself and be like, yo,
Yeah,
the fuck?
you want to know when it happens?
What?
At 2:30 in the morning when I'm on my way back home from the club.
Okay.
When I put on my favorite song, I'm like, man, like I just did that. You know, when after a good, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you have a good night and you know the dust has settled and you're on your way home and it's nice and quiet, you're like, man, I did that.
Yeah.
And you get time to reflect. You got a good 15 minutes in the car by yourself on the way home. Like, man, what was I 5 years? I was dreaming about this when I first started spinning, you know.
Yeah.
And look at me now. You know, I used to ride my bike around downtown, you know, around all the clubs and stuff. And I kind of knew where all the popping places were, right? Because I had older friends and older relatives and cousins and stuff that would come by, and they would go to the clubs and see like and stuff like that. And I would know where the hotspots are. I'm like, when I start DJing, I'm going to DJ here. I'm going to DJ here. And it started, you know, happening little by little.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, man, because our first picture, which they will see, you were, how would you say, 19?
18, 19.
18, 19,
yeah.
And you had turntables.
Yeah,
right?
It's a deep story, yeah.
And when I saw him pull up with the turntables, I was like,
hundreds.
Yeah, because it, to me, and you know, we're going to talk about DJing a little bit.
Yeah.
To me, I think that learning on something that is older, right? Whether if you're a drummer in this older drum set, keyboard, whatever. It to me, turntables make you feel and hear what you're doing.
Yep.
Right?
Definitely.
And I think you can tell the difference from somebody who has played on it for a duration of time or have always played on it, whatever, right? You can see that when they advance, and now obviously technology makes things easier for us, but you can almost tell like, this guy had to have jumped on something. So what made you, being that young and could have went the other route? You could have just went straight to CDJ.
I did. I actually started on the controller.
Okay.
So how that happened was when I so let me backtrack a little bit so you can understand how this evolved for me. So when I was a kid, I used to be really big into two things. Still kind of am, but whatever. Video games and music.
Okay.
Big on both of those things. I used to play, you know, the PS2. I had the Xbox when I was a kid, all that. And I also love playing music. I was in the band in school. I played trumpet and saxophone and percussion. So once I got older, I got into high school. You know, you start to grow out of that stuff a little bit, maybe. But I still had a love for it, and I wanted to find a way to merge the two together. So do you remember Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Right, I had that. And then once, you know, technology evolved, Rock Band came out. You remember Rock Band with the drums and everything else? So it was me and my sister. I was on the drums, and she was singing on the mic. And then DJ Hero came out. And I was like,
I remember DJ Hero.
And my mom went to Best Buy. She got me that, ripped it open at the house, and I popped the CD in, hooked it up. And I was like, yeah, this is it right here. Bro, it was bad, bro.
Yeah.
I was in there, like, I used to shut off, like, the lights in my room, and, like, I had, like, you know, you go to Home Depot, you got the little party light that you hook up to the ceiling. I turned the TV on. I was my own little club in my room. Yeah. And it was bad, bro. That's what it started it for me. And I kept playing it for years. I was sick with it, bro. And then my dad saw how much I loved DJing, and the love of the music really comes from my family. So I was born in New York, but my family, they migrated from the Dominican Republic. So I'm a first generation here in the United States. So that's where the Spanish comes from. You know, I eat the rice and beans. You know, I do all that good stuff. I talk the Spanish. I live that lifestyle at home. And so, yeah, I grew up, you know, listening to music from that side as well. And so that's where the love for music comes from. My dad recognized that early in me. So he, for my maybe my 16th birthday, if I remember correctly, he bought me, you know, the little old Denon controllers. Really, real small ones, little platters. Yeah. Bought me one of those, and he had like an old laptop laying around. So I took his laptop and I hooked it up, and I was playing on virtual DJ. So that's how it started. He had a book of CDs, right, of like crazy, all types of different songs. Right? I used to burn them on my laptop, and that's the music that I used. And then from DJ Hero, I will pick up on the DJs and the artists and the music. So I pick up on like Hardwell, you know, different DJs, a bunch of the Gorillas was one, couple other DJs and artists and a whole bunch of stuff. I used to pick up off of that and try to like see how the music intertwined with each other. So I would practice mixing on it and little stuff, and then you just practice and practice. You start to evolve.
So like it sounds like, so when you first got on the Guitar Hero, if you could say, how old were you? Give or take.
14, 15.
So to me, right? To me, I feel like the reason you are like as far as you are now, to me, you're like a young old soul. And is it because you started so early, right?
Yeah.
You started so early. You put the time in. So because you're a lot younger than me, but I feel like we're the same as far as mindset, right? You know what I mean? And just hearing like the Guitar Hero from way back and being on it, you put your hours in.
I did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you put your hours in.
I definitely did.
So like, when did you know that you were like, all right, I want to take the next step? Like, because Guitar Hero could have just been like something fun to do for somebody. You mastered it. But when did you were like, all right, I gotta.
Guitar Hero and DJ Hero for me was like my first kiss. Was like a boy's first kiss. In high school. That's what that was to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, you just unlocked something new, something that it was the perfect blend between music and technology for me.
Yeah.
And music and video games and whatever. So once I got my dad's controller. I was able to, start doing parties. My oldest sister, she bought me, a little like set of speakers from Guitar Center, and then that's how I started doing parties. So
where was your first party? Where was it at?
It was in Crispus Attics.
Okay,
in downtown Lancaster.
That's where we gonna be tomorrow.
Really?
Yo, shout out to Christmas Attics. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
We gonna be there tomorrow for the hip hop brunch.
Oh, word? Nice. Yeah, so on the stage, right? They still got the stage there?
They still got the stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was on stage. Yeah, I was on the stage. And I didn't even drive at the time. I had a friend of mine that would pick me up and drop me off. So that was my first gig, and she paid me like $50 or something like that. But I just did any gig that came my way.
Yeah.
I would DJ, house parties, whatever, stuff in high school.
Yeah.
Once I got older, when I graduated high school, that's when it got way more serious. I already knew what I wanted to do when I got out of high school. I knew college wasn't for me. I didn't go to college. I don't have any degree or anything like that.
Yeah.
So graduated high school, I was all right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So when you come out the game, right? You're done high school, and you're an adult now, right? I feel like once you get out of high school, we start back over as a freshman of life.
Yeah.
Right?
Start from ground zero.
We leave as seniors and go into the world as freshmen all over again.
Yeah.
And some people never leave the freshman status. You know what I mean? Sometimes take people a while. Yeah. You jumping into the world as a freshman, and now with this skill and talent of DJing, what was your strategy? Like, you're like, all right, been doing the house parties, got a little bit of equipment. I feel like I got something going here. Like, what's the next strategy? Because I know you're Eddy Mena now, but you always weren't DJ Eddy Mena. You had a different name.
Yeah. So I used to go by, it's going to be funny. When people see it, it's going to be like, yeah. I used to go by a DJ Scams. It was my older DJ name when I was in high school. And I didn't even pick that name for real. So I didn't pick that name. It was, my homies and stuff. They were like, once I decided I wanted to become a DJ, we kind of wrote down a whole bunch of names, and that was one of them. And I forgot what the other one was that I liked, but they just stuck, man. That was what it was. And I carried it for a long time. But no, once I graduated high school, by that time I had a lot of friends that had parents that were involved in different things.
Yeah.
One of them was my friend's dad. His name was TJ Griffin. I don't know if you know that.
Griffin, yeah.
You know TJ Griffin?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to DJ Griffin.
Yeah. Shout out to Griff.
Hopefully he sees this, but
hope
he's doing well, and his son too.
Yeah.
I was tight with his son, and so TJ, TJ who he is. He was friends with DJ Edge. So TJ was like, he's like, yo, Edge, I got this kid, and he wants to become a DJ. I'm gonna hook you up with him. That's kind of how that. So that's how I met DJ Edge.
Yeah.
So everything just kind of started happening little by little. The pieces started coming together. Once I met DJ Edge, he's the one that really opened up the doors for me.
Yeah. Shout out to Edge.
Because shout out, big time, big time. Shout out to Edge.
Yeah.
That's my uncle right
there. So like, what made you drop the Scams? Because I remember when I met you as Scams.
Yes.
And I think Edge connected us.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's his name? He said Scams. And I was like,
You're like, what the?
I said, this goes really bad. Shame on me, right?
Yeah. You can't even imagine. And I thought I was a shit too.
Yeah.
With that name.
Yeah. What made you switch it up?
A couple things. Well, once I got out, I always wanted to switch it up, but it's just one of the things. It was just one of those things that you just
stuck with.
That's just who. Yeah, I couldn't run away from it.
Yeah.
So even like throughout my late, like my early 20s, 2021 and stuff like that. At 22 is when I changed it. That was right during COVID. I changed it. It was a good opportunity. Edge was one of those guys. He sat me down. He was like, he didn't convince me to do it, but he kind of like opened up my eyes and made me like think about it. Like, just go home and think about it if you want to change it. If you want to change it, this is your opportunity. So it was like, I sat home and I went home and I thought about it. I was like, hey, what would it even be? And then I was kind of just thinking like, well, I mean, my last name is kind of unique, Mena. I don't know anybody that has that last name. So
yeah.
And then, my first name is Edward. There's a lot of Edwards, but Eddie and then Eddy Mena. So it's kind of like artistic in a way with my last name, but it's who I am.
Yeah.
It's both sides of me. My Dominican side with my last name, and then Eddie as being just a normal dude with another side of myself.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good name, and man, once I did it, it just opened up the faucet, man.
I'm not going to front. When you changed your name, I was like, you didn't have a conversation, but when I saw it online, I was like,
it's time.
And it was another confirmation that I'm like, yo, this guy is like paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? I saw it because scams is and there's some other guys that I, if I had to sit down and talk to him, I'm like, you might want to switch that name up. I think you can cast your net over more fish, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think scams would be like a cool just club name.
Yeah, and that's
what in the clubs, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But there's if you're only in the clubs, I feel like as a DJ, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, private stuff and weddings and things like that. Exactly. So when I saw that, I was like, when I saw the you and Edge collab more, and then the name change, I'm like, this guy's on it. This guy's on it.
Well, at first, like with the first DJ name, I just wanted to be a club DJ. That's what I thought a DJ was. Mm-hmm. That's what I knew was being a club DJ. Killing the club. Being in the booth. And I met Edge, and he opened up my eyes. He showed me another world of DJing that I didn't know existed. Yeah. So that was kind of part of it too. There's a whole bunch of stuff that revolves around DJing.
Yeah. How important is it to pass on information?
It's huge. I mean, it's part of the reason why we're doing this. Yeah. If you really think about it, it's communication is, having these conversations with different people. It's a huge thing. Imagine if Edge didn't put me to the side. Mm-hmm. Where would I be? Or anything like that. Anything else with life. Communication is huge with anything, not just DJing in life. Yeah. With anything.
Well, I mean, I agree, and it's like, I feel like as men, we get to a point where I feel like we all might, in our early years, because we're all fighting to get to a place where we can then be helpful to others, right? Yeah. And in that race, we typically, keep, shangling them. No, I got these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep your hands in you. Keep your cards in you by yourself.
And I think when you get to a point where you're like, I can help others, right? Because I feel like we had to go through that stage a little bit. Yeah. Then you can pass on information, and I think it's very important to pass it on and help people who want to be helped. Yeah. Genuinely want to be helped. So
I agree.
Like, what you guys are doing, you guys are killing it, man. Like, what do you like to do more? Do you like a crazy wedding, a crazy prom, or a crazy club night? What do you prefer?
Well, a crazy club night is more
outside of pay, just experience.
Yeah, no, yeah,
because we know they all different.
Definitely different. Depends who you're dealing with, but no, I would say that a club gig is more repetitive. Like you can have a dope Saturday night 3 times in a row. So is it really dope?
That's a good question.
Is it dope then if you're having, if you're rocking out every Saturday night at the same place or whatever?
What do you mean by that?
Like, for example, if we're DJs, we DJ Saturday nights, right? You go DJ at a club, what do you expect?
Are you saying is it still dope as far as like how you perform, or is it still dope the fact that you're doing it every Saturday? What do you?
So what I'm saying is that like I love doing it. So like but what I'm saying is that if you're a DJ, like you got to think about it from the outside like you're a DJ and you're going to go DJ at a club.
Mm-hmm.
You expect it to be popping. It's a club. Like it's a club. It's a party environment, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So if it's a crazy party, it's normal because it's a club.
I get what you're saying now.
Now weddings, you don't know anything can happen at a wedding.
True that.
It's a family, thing. It's a little bit more private. Some families get a little more wild than others. Some more conservative. So you just gotta be ready for anything that happens.
Yeah.
So, but if you have a dope, crazy wedding that turns into a club party, like that's dope. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So if I have a dope wedding like that where they actually dance and have a good time, I go home. I go home happy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that was dope. You know, they had a good time. They played some good, and they let me play some good music, and the vibe was great. But same thing. On the flip side, if there's a wedding that's a little bit more conservative, more they keep more to themselves, I'm able to kick back a little bit and play some more chill music and not have to stress as much. And that's equally as awesome, because that kind of clears your head a little bit, because we do this every weekend. So it's nice to take a breather every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So having a wedding like that, it's like it helps you reset,
Okay. So weddings you like more?
I like
okay, ready? If you had to do one for the next 10 years,
next 10
clubs, we're gonna put proms with the weddings. Right? Clubs or events. Private events and weddings for the next 10 years.
I would like to do clubs.
Really?
For the fact that I'm in my prime as far as like my age and being able to do it for 10 years. I don't know if I could do it for anything more than that. Like imagine being, I'm young, I'm 27, so I could do it for another 20 years if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like to do club DJing more. Because in the flip side of that, it gives you more exposure to be able to come back around for the weddings later on. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting way to look at it.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Did I put that right or no?
I don't think there was a right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
I think it was a preference. I would do weddings.
You would do weddings?
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, I probably should have said the question as you're still going to be based in this area. Not like you're going to be in New York, Vegas, all these, like still this area. But I would do weddings, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
One, I love what these weddings are, right? It's, I'm in a very, very awesome relationship, you know what I mean? So I love making happiness happen. And being a part of somebody's special day. I think it just hits different. And just like how you said, when you turn a wedding into a nightclub, and they like
if they want that, if that's what they want, which a lot of couples do want that nowadays. They don't want your cookie cutter DJ. They want somebody that can
come in and play
and throw down.
Throw down.
But still keep it professional.
Still keep professional. I like the fact that the food is typically good and it's free.
You're not at Taco Bell at 4 a.m. Like
no.
Really? Money man, huh?
Nah. No.
Give me $100.
It's funny. It's the Taco Bell that's in the back earlier.
I need a sponsor. Yo, Taco Bell, right here. I'm your boy.
But and then the tips. I just everything about it. Everything about it.
I thought it wasn't about the money, Jones. What happened?
Yeah, it was. You know what? If you ever hear me say that again, you just know I'm lying. It's always about. But and the challenge, just like how you said, you go to a wedding.
Clubs are easy.
Clubs are easy.
Anybody can DJ at a club.
So for the next 10 years,
not anybody can DJ at a wedding.
Not everybody can DJ at a wedding. But I don't think anybody can DJ at a club either, though. You ever bomb? Everybody's describe the bomb moment. When was it?
Bomb?
And not bomb, just like, damn, man, I was off the night, big time.
Yeah. Well, you have those nights even when you think you didn't bomb, but you look back at it like, yes, Early on when I first started DJing at clubs, I was a little bit too out there. As far as the music goes, I would go from left to right to right to left. And I'd be playing country, and then I was just going all over the board. I didn't know any better. I was just playing whatever matched, whatever matched on the BPM. On the BPM.
This is going on.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing, bro. Come on, I was already DJing in bars and clubs when I was 18.
Yeah.
So the hell do I know? I was still in school.
Yeah.
So, so that's kind of like So this, to answer your question, there's multiple nights where I bombed. There isn't. I can't tell you one right now, but if I did bomb, that's why. It's because I didn't know how to read a crowd yet. I didn't know. But what on the flip side of that, what helped me out to understand how to read a crowd is me being so versatile, being able to play anything at any time. I'm able to use that to my advantage as far as like DJing in a club or doing a wedding. So I'm the type of guy that could go, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for example, like I could go do a Sweet 16 and then on a Friday night and then wake up Saturday, go do a country wedding and then go DJ that Saturday night at any Latin place.
Yeah.
And play bachata, salsa, merengue, whatever you want all night long and speak Spanish. And I could do that. And wake up Sunday and take my kid for breakfast and, do it again the next weekend.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's helped me out a lot in life.
Oh, yeah.
Not just with DJing, but finding jobs, throughout high school and meeting people and having conversations and stuff. So.
Yeah. Yo, take a horn for that. Because listen, man, I tell people, use what you got.
Yeah.
Straight up. And it's like, you do play very versatile.
Yeah. That's kind of like
you can go where I think that to me that's the best kind of DJ, right? Somebody asked me, the best kind is what you just described. You can go put this guy anywhere, and he's going to perform like he lives there in that genre, in that that demographic of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the best club and the best dance floor is when it is diverse.
Exactly.
When you can go like musically as a DJ, when you can go all around and kind of do your thing but
doing it correctly.
And
not to stop you, but doing it correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I bombed. I wasn't doing it correctly.
You just okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you tell like a new guy who's coming in the game at the age you came in?
Yeah.
Say 17, 18, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give him?
Go back in time.
Start on turntables?
Go back in time and everything.
Yeah.
And everything. So, and I know you asked me that earlier. So, once I got to my controller, I was working. I had a full-time job. I worked at Chipotle. So while I was DJing on the weekends, so that's how I saved up my money to buy turntables. And so, because when I met Edge and I saw he was playing on 1200s, like I knew about turntables, but I've never seen somebody actually do it. And Edge, he does that shit blindfolded. So I looked at him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me these. And I took a picture of them. I was like, okay, Technic 1200. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I started Googling. I found them on Marketplace, and I went to go scoop them up. And I set them up in my basement with some cheap mixer that I bought, and I went to work.
Yeah.
I downloaded Serato on my laptop, and I went to work.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I used Serato.
Yeah.
Was on turntables. So I would tell him to go back in time, study music, study how DJing even happened to understand how it got to here to now to today. Go back in time. Just learn,
How long do you think it takes for somebody to become a good DJ? Do you think somebody can be? I'll give you my answer after you do yours, because I feel like I have a solid answer. But you think somebody can be like straight in a year?
No.
What would you say if you had to give like a ballpark?
Well, to put it to
because it's not like a real answer, but like somebody where like, if you had to again come up with a program and say, okay, this is a length of time that you're going to need to dedicate to it to become good.
I would say so I would practice first for a whole year, right? And then so I would say 5 years maybe to be able to do a house party or something like. It just depends on the person. It depends on your confidence, how confident you are. I was very confident as a kid. I understood that very on. I wasn't afraid of anybody or anything. I would walk into any room with my chest out, and talk to anybody. I was always that kid. So it just really depends on the person. But I would, something 5-10 years. I mean, I've been DJing for 10 years, and I could mix 2 songs together and keep a party going, right? At least, but I'm not nowhere where I should be.
Yeah,
there's always room for improvement for anybody.
Yeah,
you could look at any DJ and find a flaw. So,
I think 3 solid years, like solid dedicated years. I think a year practicing, straight up good. That's kind of what I did before I came out. Like when I came out, I was already good because I practiced for 2 years.
Okay,
a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So when I came out, it was like, oh, I was a new guy, but I knew what I was doing, right? So I do agree with a year solid practicing, and then 2 years of experience. And what I mean by that is
outside
outside, knowing how equipment's hooked up, knowing how to troubleshoot if something happens, knowing how to read the crowd, knowing when problems come up, when you got the annoying drunk person here, or you got this club owner. Like, you're not going to experience everything right away. 2 solid years of focusing and maybe having a mentor, doing all these things. I think by the end of year 3 or beginning of year 3, whatever, you know what I mean? I think that person, if they did everything they were supposed to do, are on the path to be. And I think sometimes when we see guys who aren't there yet, but we visibly still see them like active, I think they're learning on the job. Versus like doing that year at, you know what I mean, that year practice. They're like, because, and this is the part of the game that I don't typically like, right? You know, you go to school to be a lawyer, you go to for how many years, get your diploma, you go and you go into a law firm, you're a lawyer. Doctor, same thing. DJ, just know, like, there's no rule, there's no
book, there's no
structure, there's no like president of the so, you know, anybody can kind of do their thing, and then you add technology to it, and they can do it quicker. But it doesn't have that time frame that we just spoke about. You know, you said 5 years, I said 3. Both are good because they're not in 2 days. And I think a lot of the guys are learning on the job, but at the same time getting booked.
I would edit that and also say that to find a mentor before you do anything. Find somebody that's already in the mix. That could lead you. And so you don't misstep. You know, you don't do anything that you're not supposed to be doing. What's
the goal, man? Like, you know, you've been on a hell of a fucking path, man. Like, straight up.
You too, man. That's just me. You too, man. Both of us, man.
Your father? How's the kid now?
My son's 4.
4. Time is fucking hard. I feel like
he's probably
y'all just.
He's probably by your belly button.
Yeah,
he's tall. He's a tall kid. Yeah.
I feel like you just had your kid.
Yeah.
How's fatherhood been?
It's fun. It's fun. I love it, and nothing bad about it. It is it's a lot in the sense where, you know, if you thought running a company, like, there's nothing like being a father. First of all, I love my son, I love my family, I love everybody. But it's a lot of weight on your shoulders when you're trying to juggle. That's something that I'm still struggling with a little bit, but you struggle with that early on, is trying to juggle everything, you know, work, life, your son's health, his, you know, everybody. Everything falls on you. And I also learned that it's also just as much as challenging as it is to be a father, as it is to be a companion in the relationship. For, like, as far as, like, because a lot of couples, they just forget about each other. And that's something that I make sure I don't do with my girl. So with my son, I do that same thing. I kind of think back on the stuff that I used to do with my dad when I was a kid. You know, go out, play fetch, like he's a dog. I'm stupid. It's been a long day. I'm sorry.
Go out, play fetch. I know what you mean.
Go out, play ball, go to the park, you know, whatever. Ice cream, do the whole shit. Fetch, yeah, like he's a dog. Yeah, that kind of, you know, just kind of be a father figure, you know.
Where did you? So how old were you when you became a father?
I was 22. Yeah, it was. He's a 2020 baby.
Okay.
So, but everybody thinks that he's a COVID baby. He's not. So we found out she was pregnant in January, and March came around.
Yeah.
And then he was born on November 2nd.
Okay. What at that age, 22? Where'd you learn? Because there's not father school either, right?
No.
It's not like men are going through father school.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn, like, to handle it? How you handle it? Because there are a lot of guys who literally do the opposite.
Yeah. Well, you have family that's always there for you. You know, I'm fortunate that I have a good my girl's family. They're really good people. You know, I love them to death. And, you know, I have really good family on my side as well that were there with me to help me out. My mom, my sisters, everybody. So, I mean, I was fortunate. There's a lot of people that aren't fortunate like me, that have people in their family that can help you. But at the same time, they were all females. You know, I don't live with my father, obviously. So, I don't really have like that strong male figure always to the left of me that I could look for, you know, for advice. You know, I have my brothers. I could call them, and I always call my dad and my brother for stuff, you know, for advice. But you know, when it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning, he's awake and he's crying, and you don't know what the hell's going on. You can't call nobody. You gotta figure that shit out for yourself. You So I mean, honestly, if you want my personal opinion, I would say that it's inside the human. Honestly, I can't tell you how me and her figured it out. It's just inside of you. It's just that father figure that comes out.
Yeah.
Which is crazy how that happened to me at 22 years old.
Yeah.
I was still a kid, man. I was 22.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm a father, and I changed his diaper here, and nobody taught me how to change a diaper. I literally just grabbed him and changed the diper.
Yeah.
And you go back to thinking, how the hell did I do that?
Yeah.
Nobody taught me how to change a diaper.
Yeah. It's funny how how things work. Do you think, how close is being a good father in relevance to being a good, I'm just gonna say husband?
Yeah, I mean, she's my wife. We're not married, but she's my wife.
but I'm just saying, like, as far as the traits and the qualities, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that somebody can be like a good father and not a good husband, or vice versa?
Definitely,
So?
yeah. Because that goes back to what I said about how the husband, the guy will kind of forget about the relationship, but you got to think about it as I don't want to say a care package, but kind of like it's just not the baby, it's her too, because she went just through as much as you did mentally. She went through physically and mentally and everything like that. So a lot of guys forget about that. They forget about they just focus on the baby. So
like, men today, right? World's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
It is, yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
I feel like what you just described is what a man is.
Yeah.
Right? One of the things you said was it all falls on us, and being able to
set an example,
but approach that load with solutions.
Yes.
Right? Being able to, how you said, juggle and manage everything, manage time, being a father, manage household duties, manage finances, manage being in a relationship. To me, that's what a man is, and a leader, and then result is a leader, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of, women nowadays say that the men aren't how they used to be.
Yeah.
Right. What do you kind of agree with that?
Yes and no. I would say that, I mean, there's just a different way of doing things nowadays. Back then, we'll think about it like this. Back then, men, they didn't have what we have today as far as help, with anything that you're going through. You know what I mean? Now, I would say that, like, being a man is more, I don't know how to put it into words, but, like, I would say that a man, it's more demanding now because there's not much, as far as, like, that father figure being a man, there's not as much of it in this day and age. But back then there was way more of them, so it was easier to be a man because there was more of them. Now there's not enough men, so it's kind of like we don't have examples that you.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Okay, from an example standpoint.
If you want to find a good man, like if I want to become a good man, I got to find an example. Okay, well, where's there a good man that I could look at? And there isn't a lot left. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's when I decided, when I became a father, I was like, I got to look back. I got to look at the stuff that our relatives, our family did back in the past.
Yeah,
and kind of see how they made it happen without the stuff that we have today.
Yeah,
and then use what we have today to our advantage.
Yeah. So what about, like, the guys today who, like, what's the answer for them, right? Like, because there are lack of good leaderships, good role models and examples. Yeah. Like, what's the solution? Like, are the guys just out to fucking? It's just a done deal. Like, if you had to say, because this is a topic that comes up a lot, because we obviously bring, like, ladies on the podcast, and they're just like, yo,
it's a spicy subject thing,
the guys ain't.
You can't tell a girl nothing nowadays, man. That's another thing. Girls now, they don't need a man. Like, a lot of girls, like, they act like, it's like more or less like, I have my own money, I have all this and that. Like, I don't need a man other than for other things. Yeah. Right. And a lot of female, good for them. I mean, I'm not judging them. Like, you should be able to, sustain your own life, have your own life, and not really need a man for anything. Not depend on a man, because that's kind of what leads into other issues. You know what I mean? So, I mean, good for that. I applaud. I'm always pro women. I always, I'm always behind any woman that wants to do her things for herself and stuff like that.
Yeah. So let's say, I have a opposing thought.
What's up?
So I think that we are here to work together. I think that because I hear what you're saying, but I think sometimes the listener could misinterpret that, right? For an example, you know, not I get what you're saying about, you know, depending on somebody, it could go a different way, right? But then, you know, somebody could abuse that basically and just take it a different route. But so somebody could just hear that part, right? But then wouldn't you want the person you're with to depend on you? Like, you know what I mean? Like in that same sentence, you want you want to be depended on, and for, you know what I mean, vice versa. So I think that sometimes, you know, and okay, so that's that part, and then, you know, because we hear a lot of girls say, "I don't need a man." And I say, really though? Like, like, do you really not? Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't. Now, unless somebody is like, I don't want to be married, I don't want to have kids, I don't want to, right? But even then, you still need just men on earth.
Exactly. Right?
You know what I mean?
Natural.
So like, I think that, I don't know, I encourage people to find one another. Right? And to don't just look at the bad of it, right? Because there's one example of somebody who, you know, this lady's dependent on the guy, and you know now she can't think for herself, whatever. There's another relationship where the lady's dependent on the guy, and her life is awesome. You know, but then it goes back to kind of what you were saying about there's not enough male examples. I don't think there's enough good relationship examples.
That's also true.
You see what I'm saying?
That's also true.
And all of my good close friends, I consider you one of them, are in healthy relationships. How important is that to what you're doing, right? With your business, just everything, like how you wake up and conduct a week. How important is being in a healthy relationship to you?
Well, it's very healthy. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, that's home. You know, I mean, if home's not okay, how can you conduct a business? How can you go about your day? How can you do anything if home's not okay? Home has to be okay first. That's priority number one. You know, I can't go out and DJ on a Saturday night knowing that, you know, maybe my son is, you know, not feeling good or something like that. You know, it bothers me all night. You know, little stuff like that. Even with your relationship. You know, even if you guys had an argument that day, you know, you got to figure it out, or don't just throw it underneath the rug. You know, either you make it up or you do something. You have to be proactive about it. You know, that's the word, being proactive about it.
Do you think that you will be where you're at? How long you been in a relationship?
We've been together for 5 years.
5 years.
She might kill me. Probably wrong, but sorry, something like that.
Yeah. After a while, you just stop counting. You know what I'm saying?
I stopped counting a lot.
It's like, yo, we good. We're together. If anybody's asking.
I want to be honest, I didn't even ask her out.
You didn't?
No, we were just like,
this is like,
we're together now.
Yeah.
You just introduce her as your girlfriend. That was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So
okay, so look, before I get to this next question, just going off what you just said.
Yeah.
Titles, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think they mean something, right? What does it mean, like, when a guy's like, she's my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Right? Versus, because now it's all kind of titles. The situationship, all this shit, all this just crazy shit going on, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does it mean when a girl goes from, you know, just, I guess, hanging around to girlfriend? Like, what does that mean if you had to, like, write it out?
So in what context? Like, exactly?
Like, because I think girls are waiting to get, like, a new position in the company of Eddy Mena.
She wants to get hired.
Yeah, she wants to get hired, right?
She wants a promotion.
That's what it is.
It's a promotion, yeah.
That's what it is. It sounds crazy, but I feel like first of all, they like the company, right, that they're applying for, and they want to get hired. They want to get off the damn temp, the 90-day shit,
off the agency,
and get hired. So when you become, I'm serious, right? When they get off the 90-day and they're off the temp agency and they get hired, what are the girlfriend requirements? Like, because a job comes with a job description.
Exactly.
What's the job description for girlfriend?
For me or for a guy in general?
For you.
For me?
Yeah.
I like a girl that's more of like has core values.
Mm-hmm.
Is more of like a family girl. Because that's how I am. I'm a big family guy. I grew up kind of like the old school way.
Mm-hmm.
Not kind of like, you know. And so, for example, my girlfriend, she was born in the Dominican Republic. She came here when she was a child.
Mm-hmm.
So she has like the characteristics and the way she grew up and everything comes from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From a different world.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's not that's the way that she grew up, and that's kind of how I grew up here. Because I'm like I said, I'm a first generation here. So all my cousins, all my uncles, everybody came from the Dominican Republic. So even though I was black, I spoke Spanish at home. I learned Spanish first and then English when I went to school when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I grew up with those values, and that's kind of what I base life off. You know?
Yeah.
So a girl that's kind of like in that realm. I like to eat. So
she got to cook.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's just not just because I like to eat, but it's just like, it's nothing like a home cooked meal, man.
Nothing like a home cooked meal.
Nothing like a home cooked. Even not like even if she has a daughter or son, like, you know, it's good to show that, you know.
Yeah.
That, and then just like very chill, just relax. Because I'm you know me, man.
You be chilling. You be chilling.
I'm the least.
You be chilling.
Yeah, I like no confrontation. I just like to relax, you know.
All right, so that's the girlfriend job description.
Yeah.
Now there's other positions in the company.
I was gonna say, I feel like most men will relate with me, right? Like I'm not tripping.
I relate everything. I think loving family, because I feel like my thing is she should be a wife before she's a wife.
Exactly.
Right. So
I saw that early on in her.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll see it, and you could, as a man, you can see that early on. You can see that.
All right. So we're about to take women to class right now. Yeah. Right. Because we're gonna. You know how early we said how important is it to pass information?
Yeah.
We about to pass the information. All right. Now, I say that when men meet women, single men meet women for the first time, just like how you said, immediately they know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's two boxes they put them in.
Mm-hmm.
One's recreational use. You know what I mean? A good time. Oh, the other is
recreational use.
A potential hire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I'm on board.
Like immediately, right? What are some things that men see? Because we don't tell women this. We just that's where the ghost came from.
Yeah.
Right? What are some things that women do that put them in the recreational, that they're some maybe you see it today, like how can we help women understand, like, hey, look, there are some good men out there, right?
Well, there's plenty of them,
but they're not, that's what I say, that there's plenty of them, right?
Maybe because the guys that we're cool with are I don't let me shut up. Let me shut up.
But
I'm gonna shut my mouth.
There's plenty of them, but let's help women out today, right? So what are some things that you see you're like, if she's like my little cousin or something like that, I will give her some pointers because she's going the wrong way, that you see today that put them in that recreational box?
Kind of just the way that she carries herself. For example, like if you see a girl at the bar and she has a nice outfit on and whatever, and she's just she's by herself maybe, and you're there, you're single as well, you want to shoot your shot, and you stand next to her, you order your drink, you notice that her drink is halfway empty, okay, this is my opportunity right here, and then you order,
here's my move,
right
it's
here.
Half empty.
yeah, here we go. Right, so you go in and then you order, you say, hey, can I get you a drink, and she kind of like dubs you off right away. There's a lot of reasons why a woman could do that. Maybe she just had a rough life and, she's just not used to meeting new people or something like that, or whatever the case might be. But you kind of just put that in the back of your pocket and you kind of just try again. And you just try to make a conversation. But if it just seems that she just doesn't want to talk to you, that's kind of like, to me, that's a red flag. Because think about where we are. Like, we're at a bar, if you're at
social.
It's a social environment. If you're going to be like that, then just go home. So to me, that's like a red flag. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I thought you were going somewhere different with it,
no. But I'm saying that, for example, as to a woman that will behave that way. Kind of that's how it reflects for a man.
Okay,
I'm saying that so like
Okay. I think that their parents I think men see them from afar.
Yeah.
And I think women don't understand that they already cancel themselves out, even though he didn't even say a word to you.
That is true.
And so I think when women say there aren't any good men around, they're talking about the ones who are coming in contact with them. Yeah. And good men can see from afar. For example, she's talking too loud in the bar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Acting crazy. Yeah.
Her outfit.
Yeah.
Right?
Crocs and socks. You know?
Well, what? Well, you know what, we saw it in the club on Sunday. I see somebody in the club with, but not even a bad outfit. Too revealing, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Behavior, maybe the conversation. If you're able to be close enough to hear what her and her girlfriends are talking about,
the way she talks.
For me,
that's the biggest one. The way she talks. You know?
That part, right?
That's the way she talks. Yeah.
Like, I don't think that women understand that good men have all these filters in place.
Yeah.
And we're very observant.
Yeah.
We're very observant. We sit there, we use it to chill guys. We ain't doing too much.
And me and you as DJs, we bumped that up even more because we could study somebody by even just the way they're walking.
Yeah.
The DJ booth looking at people like, okay, she's not having a good time, he's not having a good time. Body language is everything.
Absolutely. And then let's just say the guy's like, all right, shit, let me just whatever. The Instagram's next. There's so many women who cancel themselves out.
Yep.
Off their I don't think that they know this stuff, right?
No, they don't.
Like the phrase, you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, right?
Something like that.
You see better, you do better, you know. Yeah. Something, just do better.
Paraphrasing.
But yeah, so I think that's why they're having these experiences, because I think that the women are going too extreme these days, right?
Yeah,
I think they're following the wrong car. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They're getting in the wrong taxi.
Yeah.
Right? And but we're here to help the women out, because you being in a healthy relationship, I'm in a healthy relationship. I think we need to be able to display this more. And we're not 70 years old, right? Like where you see like older parents who've been, you know what I mean? I feel like being able to see like me and you are different in age, and we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there are still really, really, really good men and good women too out there, right? But you notice good men don't really have a problem finding
good women.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
Right? It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
It's not good men usually
they attract each other, man.
Yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in that.
Yeah.
Because you can see it like the same, I feel like the same way a guy can give off that same energy.
Yeah.
When he does, am I right? Like if a guy gives off that same energy, a girl is gonna fly right towards him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where would you say, where would you advise a young lady to go out or to go to find a decent pool of men in Lancaster?
In Lancaster?
Yeah. If you had to point her in the direction, like if you at the bus stop for whatever reason, she's like, I'm looking for
where the homies at? Where the players at, homie?
Yeah.
Where the players at?
Yeah. Where are you gonna point them?
Any like, well, it depends what she's into too. But I would say any like one of those like dim bars, you know, got the leather seats, you know, one of them, you know, 401.
I already say let's name drop some spots. 401.
Yeah, the exchange.
Oh,
yeah, exchange the big one. Proof.
I ain't been to Proof.
It's dope. It's like in the basement. It's right next to Yorgos. It's in the basement there. Going up the hill. It's
right next to Yorgos. Which way though?
Going up the hill, like towards the center.
Oh, okay.
It's in the. It's like a little sign that says Proof. I haven't been. I want to go. I'm dying to go.
Okay, shout out to Proof.
Yeah, Proof. What's another one? It depends what time of day it is too.
And should she go by herself or should she?
No, go with a girlfriend.
One?
Yeah, just a friend.
Okay.
You don't want to go as a girl. You don't want to go to yourself by yourself to any bar to any bar. You want to.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
Good practice. You know.
Okay.
You're going outside to drink. What the hell can you don't know? So,
Okay. All right. She should bring a friend.
And you don't know if he has. Y'all could, alley-oop each other or whatever. You don't know. If homie got a cousin that's in town, whatever the hell. You don't know. You don't know what you're coming into.
Yeah. Alley-oop. Okay. Now let's talk men etiquette. Let's say this lady goes to either one of these places. I like 401. But I really like the Exchange because that's where we got engaged.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the Exchange.
Yeah.
So let's say she goes to the Exchange.
Okay.
It's men there just chilling, having a talking business.
Mm-hmm.
These two young ladies come in.
Yep.
You know, she so happens to exchange numbers. He sets up a date.
Mm-hmm.
Men etiquette. For men who need some practice in the dating world.
Yeah.
What are some first date etiquette men should have?
Well, I feel like most women like a man that, shows power. Not I don't say power, maybe that's not the right word, but kind of shows kind of shows it first. So he's like, I'm gonna pick you up at this time. We're gonna go here and we're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Shows kinda, initiative.
Yeah, initiative. Yeah.
Okay. Shows that he can lead some shit.
Yeah.
He's not unsure. Confidence.
Yeah. I'm
confidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick out something nice to wear. I'm gonna wash the car. I'm gonna pick you up. Hey, we're gonna go here.
Old school, man.
Be straight. That's how I'm straightforward.
Old school.
That's what I'm for. That's like even with my girl, I still do that. Like if I'm doing something and like we want to go out to dinner, I'm like, hey, I'm doing something right now, 7:00. Find a babysitter, or, put Noah to bed or whatever. We're gonna go get dinner.
Okay.
She just says okay. I hang up the phone.
It's going down.
And when we're doing it.
Okay, so confidence. Men need to show confidence. What if the guy doesn't have any? Because you say you were confident ever since you were little.
Yeah.
Where do you think you got it from?
My dad, if you met my dad's kind of like in that same, he has too much confidence.
Haven't met your dad?
I think you have.
At Celebrate Lancaster?
Shit, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bald dude.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Pop.
You saw the way he shook your hand?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
I remember that, yeah.
Okay.
He went to QSV with me that night.
Yeah. I remember.
That was interesting.
Okay, so I mean, so your pops, but like let's just say somebody's not, fortunate, maybe had their pops around or whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
And this guy he's 30.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I got a good job, like, but I'm unsure because I feel like women sniff that out, like, this motherfucker, he ain't too sure about himself, so I ain't too sure about this date.
Yeah.
Where does a guy? How does he get that?
What I think that any man that's healthy, I think health, taking care of yourself is big.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a lot of confidence as a person to do anything that you want. So being healthy, wearing the right clothes and stuff like that kind of stuff gives you confidence.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing any of that, man, I honestly, I don't know where you can find that confidence at. I think it starts with you first. I think it's one of those core things that you gotta have inside of you that you gotta build up for yourself.
I think that I tell people that I get my confidence from way back too, right?
Yeah.
But I got my confidence from getting W's on the board, right? For example, back in the day, I was like, oh, I'm going to sell CDs for $10 a pop. And I'm going to, the CDs used to come on the little case, like 100 on a little spin wheel.
Remember, I was born in 98, so you got to. I do remember, though. I remember.
I used to go to Staples.
Little black thing.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to sell this whole clip out in 2 weeks. My mom's like, 2 weeks they was gone.
Word.
Right?
Would you burn it? You burn them also?
Yeah, I had a CD burner.
Okay, would you put just tracks?
Yeah, I had Napster. Okay.
LimeWire, Pirate Bay.
Yeah, all that. So I was making mix. This is way before I even had a DJ though, but I was making mix CDs for people, selling them out.
Yeah.
In the time period that I said I was going to do it.
That's dope.
1 W. Next W. Oh, I'm going to in sports. I want to make this amount of points. So these little W's. After a while,
that's what I mean.
The question reverses and says, "Well, what can I do?"
Anything's possible,
right? You know what I mean. So having it now, somebody else's experience can be different. Can be, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking liquor for a month.
Yep.
W.
Yeah.
Done. Right.
I weigh 300 pounds and I want to go to the gym and I lose 100. And you actually do. It's like, wow, anything really is possible.
W. I think that a lot of guys don't set enough goals for themselves.
Yeah, they don't.
Right.
And they let life go right by them. That's something I definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's a good way for somebody to build a man to build confidence in his later years. You know what I mean? Should he pay for the entire first date? I feel like I already know what you're gonna say. At 401 Prime too, and she's getting
if that's
app.
That's the date. That's where we're going.
401. She's getting an app. entree, dessert, and 2 cocktails.
2.
2.
Damn.
That's a bill.
Damn.
Should he pay for the? Do you think it's important for him to pay for the whole date? Who would you like to see? If it was like your brother.
I think it just happens by natural selection. I think the guy should just always pay for the first date.
Okay.
Until you guys are in a basis where it's like, you know, like you guys are really comfortable with each other. Not financially, just really comfortable. Like, hey, babe, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if my car caught a flat the other day, and she knows, I got, don't worry about it. You know, little things like that. You know?
Okay.
You know, kind of just helping each other out in that sense. Like, know that maybe work was a little slow.
Yeah.
You should recognize that. Okay, I'll take care of this one.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. And what do you suggest the women should do on the first date? What's their first date etiquette? Because sometimes women don't get the second. They don't get the follow-up interview.
I would say just be a little bit more open with the guy. Kind of just, you know, show yourself what you're about. You know, actually allow the guy to get to know you. I feel like women nowadays are very like too private with themselves. They don't open up. You know, they can't take a joke. You know, they can't little things like that. Like, you know, you're talking to a human being. Like, okay, yeah, he might be a good looking dude. He might be maybe, you know, this and that, but he's just a dude, man. Just he's a human being. Just talk to him as a human being. Just have a conversation about anything. Yeah. And don't be an open book. You just talk about what you want to talk about. Just allow yourself to let him to know you, and everything will work out.
Do you see like these issues today? Like whether it's like, I don't know, maybe articles you read or just like in passing, you just hear like either men complaining about damn, and then women doing the same amount of complaining, or not so much in your world. In your world is What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be honest with you, I don't really pay attention to much what happens in the world. If it's not within my 4 walls, you know.
That part.
I try to keep a clear head, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not on my phone thinking about what underwear is Kylie Jenner wearing to, you know.
Okay.
I'm not, you know, I'm not really in the world like that kind of, you know, I just
it's
kind of how I live. But you know, I do hear from people like, oh, he did this, and you know, girls, you know, they start blabbering off about other men, you know. Oh, I can't believe he did this and he did that. It was like, well, I mean, what you expect?
Yeah. Yeah, picking the wrong guy.
Would you expect? You know, I don't say that.
Yeah.
You know, but I kind of let that question linger in the air right in front of them.
Okay. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
What you think?
What do you think I think?
What do I think you think about the performance we're talking about, right?
What part of the Super Bowl you want to talk about? There's many different parts to it. That's what I'm asking.
Let's talk about
a lot of shit went down. So
let's talk about the performance.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think? All right, graded 10 being one of the top 10s.
No.
And 0 being like, I went to the bathroom in mid-show.
No, I watched it. I mean, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. Obviously, I'm a fan of the music. I've always been a deep fan of his. So, I mean, the music was dope. The songs are dope. The performance was dope. I think it was a little bit too poetic for TV. Out of a 10, I'd give it maybe a 7 or a 6.
What would you like to see more of?
More theatrical, like...
More entertainment, more show?
Like, dude, like, this is it. You know, like, this is the biggest show. This is the biggest stage.
Yeah.
And he kind of like, he used it more to influence than to entertain.
That's what I felt. I was waiting for it to, like... Yeah. It's like the DJ who's warming up for, like, 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying that he was warming up,
but
it's
like a DJ playing whatever he wanted. In that sense. You know what I mean?
So you think his song selection set should have been a little bit better?
No, I mean, what else was he gonna play? Those are just.
I feel like I thought he was gonna play more like
Mad City or.
Nah, I feel like everybody knew he was gonna play the 2-3 tracks, right?
Yeah,
but I just feel like his library goes deep.
It is deeper,
and I think that he could even did Poetic Justice. Like it's so many songs, and I was waiting for that. I was sitting there watching the screen, and I was like waiting for it to just
Well, if you think about it, I mean, Poetic Justice. Isn't that song featured with Drake?
Is it?
Yes, it is. It is, right?
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm a huge Drake fan. That's Drake is my guy.
I think so. Is it? Is he on there?
Poetic Justice. Yeah, it is.
No, it's a chick.
No, it's Drake. It's Drake. Don't worry, Paige. We got all day, son.
Is it?
It is Drake.
Okay, well, I'll take that back.
It is Drake, yeah.
Okay. But he got a lot of other shit.
Yeah, yeah.
What about what's that one?
Swimming
He's
pools?
on that too. My fucking problem.
Swimming pools.
That's Drake's on there too.
Swimming pools? No.
No, not swimming pools, but fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on. I mean,
I still would have did it.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
you can
still
just
would've
play
did
his part and then, whatever. You
Okay.
should have brought out Taylor Swift. You should have brought out Rihanna.
Oh, that'd have been
Bring out Rihanna.
Yeah. He could have did that one with Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah, dude,
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
it just could have been better, man,
Yeah.
And then just I'm looking at it from a show standpoint, right?
Yeah.
I know people were like, "Hey, it's the messaging."
Yeah.
I'm not grading it that way. I'm grading it because it is a show that we're watching.
Right.
I just think that it would have been, I think it could have been better from the show aspect. Just like you said, like more bells and whistles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Fireworks. I want shit to explode. Bro.
Yeah.
I want my TV to fall off the wall.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Who you think's like top 5? We're gonna go through these categories really quick.
Okay.
Top 5 rappers, hip hop artists.
Hip hop.
Yeah. Top 3. Top 5's a lot. Top 3.
3. Okay.
Alive.
I think J. Cole's up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get heat for this, but I'm a huge Drake fan. I grew up on Drake.
Hey, that's no heat.
Yeah.
Drake is good.
Drake is the dude, bro. I don't
He's
care
good.
what anybody says. He's the GOAT.
Although that new album is
He's
low.
been the GOAT for the past over 10 years now.
You hear that new album?
Yeah, the Nokia shit. I'm ready to play it in the club, bro. I was listening on the way over here.
You like it?
I'm ready to get jiggy. Yeah.
What?
That's just popping. Have you heard that?
Wait, the one with
Nokia.
No. The album with
We're Party Next Door.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying on there he has a song called Nokia.
Oh, but I'm saying like the project though.
The project, yeah, it's an R&B album. I mean, he has maybe 2 or 3 tracks that are popping on there.
Yeah, but he got 20 of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, that album was meant for that. So what happened was that they've been asking for that album for years from them too. They've been homies for years, and they've always been asking for an album from them too. So they just made it happen. So it was kind of just like pleasing the fans more than anything. I don't think that was an album that was supposed to hit charts. That's my,
All right.
That's what I think. But
All right. So you said J. Cole, Drake, and who's the third?
You said 3. J. Cole, Drake. Any like
Hip hop artist.
age prep?
Any age.
Anything?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think Jay-Z is definitely up there.
There you go.
Jay-Z. Yeah, of course. I'm from New York, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Now,
There's too many. Honestly, there's too many.
There's too many.
There's too many.
Yeah, but there has to be a top. I just feel like
Yeah.
everybody's not the same. It has
Yeah.
to be a list.
I'm just from a different generation, but I still listen to old school shit too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
There's a whole nother list I could give you from music from the 90s
Yeah.
and
What about Latin artists?
Latin, any genre.
There's so many genres now.
That's-
Wait, has it always been this many genres, or is it?
Yes and no. It's just that one's always more popping than the other.
Okay.
Right now reggaeton and tembo and
Is the popping
is
right
popping. Salsa a little bit too is popping right
now?
now. But reggaeton, obviously Bad Bunny is up there right now.
What do you think? Why do you think? I mean, he is good, but
Yeah.
To me, he came out of nowhere. Has he been around for a minute?
He's been doing it for a couple years.
Okay, so that's
But
kind of came out of
was
nowhere.
always,
Yeah.
He was always more of a feature artist
Okay.
until he dropped his own album.
Yeah. His shit to me is like, it's up there. It's like
Bad Bunny's a shit, bro.
it's the shit.
He's
First of all,
he's Puerto Rican, but he's loved by Dominicans, and Dominicans love him back even more. So
well, like, first of all, his people love his shit, right? So I feel like you could be a good artist, but if ain't nobody rocking with your shit, is like,
yeah,
Yeah. So they rock with his shit, but it's produced well too.
Yeah.
And
Tiny.
I feel like he shows variety. Yeah. Even though like sometimes it's like all the music sounds the same, but I think he shows variety.
It's a different flavor.
Every time he's dropping like the new song, I can't tell you what it's called.
Is it Tembo?
It has some dembo in there, yeah.
Nueva York?
I think it starts with an E.
With an E?
It's EUG or EU something. I think that's a song.
EOO.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a reggaeton, yeah.
That's the song we're talking about?
Well, I mean, if we're doing it, we're gonna do it. If we're gonna do it,
I think that's the song.
Let me pop it up for you right now.
I think that's the song.
Let me see. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing here. Let me see where we at. Where is it? All right. Talking about this joint right here. That one. EOO.
You said it when you were saying this one.
Nueva York. Yeah, Nueva York. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I said start with an E.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. That one. That one's a banger. Yo, he's nasty.
Yeah.
He's nasty. So and he grew on me. And how he grew on me was consistently having bangers.
Yeah. He knows how to please the crowd, man.
Yeah.
He knows what people want.
Yeah. All right, so Bad Bunny, who else?
I like J Balvin. J Balvin's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to be honest, I don't listen to a whole lot of reggaeton. I'm not huge on it. I'm more like a salsa, bachata, merengue guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Fade is another one from Colombia that I like.
I don't know Fade.
Fade, yeah, he's
Yeah.
Okay. But if you ask around, he's
okay.
Karol G, you know Karol G.
Yeah.
Karol G,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. All right.
Not that I like her, but I mean, for what I do for a living,
yeah,
I like her.
Yeah. Okay. DJs.
You won't get me in trouble.
Nah, man. You know, I think that whatever your answer is going to be,
yeah, there's no right or wrong way of doing this.
There's no right or wrong. Yeah. There's no right or wrong way, but I think, the definition of a fact is something you can look up.
Yeah. But
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so if you're like, so if I ask you like to read how many points the Eagles made on the Super Bowl, I mean, you saying what the points are. I mean, the
points. It is what it is. Points. It is what it is. Yeah.
You go and then I'll go, and we'll do 5 for this.
Hey, DJs around here or global? Or?
Central PA.
Central here. Okay.
Yeah.
You said you first.
No, you go first.
Me first.
Yeah, and then I'll go.
5.
Yeah, I really should stick it to 3, but I'll do 5 to give a little.
Yeah, well, Edge is up there.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Edge.
You're up there.
No, you can't put me in there.
No, I have to.
You gotta put me in there?
I got to.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that, man. Who else? Mainline. I fuck with Mainline.
Yo, we're gonna see Mainline tonight. Shout out to Mainline.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, shout out to Mainline. I like him. Who else we got? Man, I don't want to piss anybody off.
Who else we got?
I like Forensic.
Forensic.
He's nice.
Forensic's a funny guy, yo. We gotta get him up on here.
He's another one that's
low key funny.
Yeah, he's another one that's again always giving me an opportunity.
He's been around for a minute.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute.
Oh my god, yeah.
What was that? 4? What was that?
Did I say 4?
That was 4. We got one more. Well, only one more can go. And obviously, so this is like a boat. Yeah. And the island is like about to go down.
Yeah.
And the only way off is on the boat. And you're driving the boat, so you're already on the boat.
Right.
There's only one more person.
One more. I don't want to drown.
There's only one more spot on the boat.
Man, it's just honestly, there's so many of them. I just don't want to name drop.
That's how.
As far as like technicality and like a dope DJ, like
all the way around,
I would say Image. That man is
Image. Okay.
He's a wizard, bro.
All right, so
that man is a wizard.
So Edge, me, Mainline, Forensic, and Image. All right.
Yeah.
And you driving the boat.
And
of course you on there, and then we'll all take turns driving the boat.
Okay.
Okay. That's not out of all of them. What's the common denominator? Out of everybody in that group,
I'll see Edge.
No, I mean like.
What do you mean?
Like what is it that you see in all of them?
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question. I guess like just the way that they all kind of well, being that we all DJ kind of like in the same area, we all play the same music.
Yeah.
But they all do it a little differently. So between all of them, they all have that same kind of like, what do you say? Aura?
Aura.
Aura. What do the kids say now? Aura. Yeah. They all have that same kind of that thing right there.
Yeah.
Between all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that group, man, because I never played with Image, but I know Image gets down. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like it's interesting, man, because I feel like you named everybody who's familiar with turntables. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I mean when I said that. Yeah.
Edge blows my mind because he still uses turntables at Tellus, and it's like it's the most
Serato Scratch Live.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the most like not ideal spot to have turntables because First of all, you got Ralph jumping up and down, like the speakers,
I don't
and then the
know how he
ceiling
does it.
sweating.
I don't know how he does it.
And he has the needles, and I'm like,
and that's I don't know how he does
and
it.
yo, I've never seen him not use the same.
And he's composed, man.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even use the bathroom. Yeah, I've never seen Edge.
That man.
But I granted this, we're not there the whole night either. But I never seen him fucking use the bathroom.
He's just slamming cokes up there, man.
Yo, it's crazy.
Slamming cokes, and he's just
it's crazy, man. I met Edge at the Conestoga.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I knew you guys knew each other from way back in the day.
And he reached out. And he was doing. Edge always puts DJs on, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it was when I met him. When I met Edge, he was putting DJs on at the Conestoga, and he had every week. I think it was like he had 2 months, and every week it was a different DJ.
Yeah.
And he brought me up there.
Yeah.
And I played for him. And then that was the first time. Then the second time he had the Sandy Hook benefit. Or it's when they had that school. I think it was Sandy Hook.
Columbine.
I don't want to disrespect and mess it up, but he was doing the benefit. It was at the Hilton.
Okay.
And it was called Turning the Tables. And everybody was on there.
Yeah.
Everybody was on that flyer. Everybody came and dropped the set.
The sets, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I wish I was there.
Speakers stacked up. It was crazy. It was crazy. We was there raising money.
Yeah.
And then he's still doing his thing today, man. Like, I don't know how old he is, but still doing his thing, man. And to be able to go through generations of your life, because music changes, artists change,
and keeping it fresh.
The crowds change, and keeping it fresh is it's a hard thing to do.
Yep.
Because I feel like the older you get, the more you have to be tapped into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm starting to feel that now. Like I'm not old, like I said, I'm 27, but like when I do Sweet 16s and stuff, I kind of gotta like double check.
Yeah.
I gotta double check myself.
Oh yeah. Yo, we had DJ Vibe on here. He was like, "Yo, I hate fucking doing Sweet 16s. It's all fucking TikTok songs. None of these shits is on the record pool. None of this fucking shit.
You gotta keep up with the times.
You gotta keep up with it, man. Yeah. How much more time you got?
Me? What time is it?
8:45.
I mean,
like
go
10.
on, whatever.
Huh? Okay. Minute 17.
Yeah.
Wait, you just hit record just now?
Couple minutes. Yeah. Anyway,
what's like nobody ever I like to sometimes get the floor to ask.
Yeah.
To get asked a question. You know what I'm saying?
To you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I always ask the questions, and I don't mind asking questions. I got a couple more I'm going to want to end the show with, but
okay.
Yeah, is it something that you, I don't know, might want to ask me or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. How do you juggle it all? Everything that you do, like health, family life. I think you have a son.
Yeah.
How do you, everything, the business, DJing, photography, your relationship, sleep. How do you juggle it all? Like, how do you keep it all balanced?
Oh man, I don't think I have that's a good question. I don't think I have a answer for that. I think what keeps me running is the work. Like, I love work.
The dream.
I don't even have a dream, bro. Like, I really don't. Like,
just writing it.
I'm actually reading what's written.
Yeah.
And I love work, and I love building things, and I don't run away from hard work or hard tasks, and I think work ethic, mixed with like obviously like some kind of creative idea and stuff like that. But I'm like, oh, just finish this. I just do it.
Yeah,
I just do it.
And you don't really know how. You're just out here.
I'm just out here.
That's
bro.
kind of how I am, man.
Like, I just do it, man. Like,
I ask myself the same question. How the hell do I?
But I believe in myself, though, right? So I feel like if you put me on a team of players, I'm gonna want to do my part in position, and then let's say two people can't make it or whatever, I'm not like throwing a fit. I'm like, yo, give me their shit, because I'm confident in what I can do.
Exactly.
So
you know your limit too.
I don't even know what my limit is.
Really?
Though.
You don't know?
Nah, like because
I know my limit.
Do you?
Yeah, when it's not fun anymore.
Oh, that type of limit.
You know what I mean? Like when what you're doing, like you love what you do, right? Like with everything, like you know what I mean?
Do I love it? I love.
Do you like DJing?
DJ is my first love.
Okay.
I do like doing it.
Okay.
Do I love it though?
I love DJing.
I don't think I ever loved anything that wasn't an individual.
Okay.
I don't know if I like, because like I love my fiance.
Right.
And do I love the turntables like I love her? I like the turntables. I like DJing. I don't think that's a good, I don't think I ever.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Do I love, I like DJing.
Well, everybody's situation is different too. I mean, everybody does things for different reasons. You know, like what, for example, why did you start DJing?
I like music, and I used to listen to DJs on the radio. I used to be like, how the fuck are they doing this shit?
Yeah.
And I taught myself. Nobody taught me nothing. Yeah. And I just figured out, I think I'm a problem solver. That's what it sounds like.
I can see that. Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck are they mixing this shit? Yeah. And I would stay at home and I would listen to the radio, Power 99, and I would record. This is definitely dating where I'm from.
Yeah.
I fucking record the cassette tape and have my headphones on, and I would record the whole. This is back. You can record the radio,
right?
And then I would play it all next week and hear it. I'm like, how's he doing?
How's he doing that? Yeah, it bothered you.
How you doing? Yeah. And then when I got my turntables, I was like, all right, let me figure out how. I think he's doing it this way.
Yeah.
This is before YouTube, where you can just go and figure shit out.
Yeah.
And I just figured it out. You know what I mean? Same thing with the camera. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Because when you love something, do you let it go? Right? Like,
if it's what's best, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good.
If it's doing you more harm than good, even though you love it, you know.
That's a good question. I can't, because you know how some people say like you never even heard me say, yo, I love this shit.
Yeah.
I gotta pay. Now I like winning.
you get that.
I like winning when I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
Not like I know I'm gonna mop the floor on this basketball court with this guy. You know what I mean? When I'm not supposed to, like I like I like going this way where everybody's going that way.
Right.
Give me the one that has the hardest odds.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like a challenge. You know what I mean? I do find a thrill in that.
Yeah.
Same thing with the camera. When I picked it, I was like, this is what I said. I said, I'm going to pick up a camera and I'm going to put a club name on it. Like I didn't change my name. Club King Films don't even make sense.
Yeah.
At all.
It
right?
really doesn't, yeah.
And we have at all.
It worked.
And we have some very, 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 for me to get high-end clients that are writing the checks with Club King.
Like, what the fuck?
To me, I look at that, I would laugh.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this shit crazy.
Fuck
yeah. So like I get a kick out of it, but I don't know if I don't know if I can love something that's not a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I really love my fiance. I love my family and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I say DJing is my first love.
Yeah.
And maybe DJing because of where it took me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
here it goes. I love things that can love me back.
That's where I'm at.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
There you go.
Because early on when I was a kid, I had trouble fitting in as a kid. I was, wasn't black enough to hang out with that group, but I was not white enough to hang out with that. How it is as a kid. You speak Spanish, you look different. Stuff like that. So DJing was kind of a way to express myself.
Yeah.
To talk.
Yeah.
Without talking.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I remember all of us in the basement of Matt's house. Remember that? Trap King Matt, we was on his basement.
Yeah, we were having a little session.
And we all had the turntables up.
Yeah, we were all cutting away, yeah.
This was a question. I'm gonna ask a question, then we're gonna get to the gifts you get.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Scratching.
Yes.
I know I asked you earlier, like, hey, if it's a DJ that's 19 about to come in the game, what's scratching to you, and how important should a new DJ learn that skill?
It's important. It's like learning how to drive stick in a car. It's that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's good to know. It's good to have it. Kind of pay respects, kind of that kind of thing. And if you need it, you have it. But if you're gonna use it, know how to use it. Do it at the right times and make sure you're doing it clean and
Yeah.
Don't overboard. Don't try to do too much.
Yeah.
You don't know how to do it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to scratch or like that, but I could, you know,
Yeah.
do something, cut a song. And
You know how to scratch.
yeah, but
Yo,
I'm not crazy, though. Like,
do you DJ backwards?
hamster switch? Is that what? Yeah.
I feel like, because I was watching, I was like,
Yeah, I'm hamster
am
switch.
I tripping?
That's how
Or
I
is this the
learned.
reverse?
That's how I learned.
Okay.
Yeah, hamster switch. Yeah.
Okay.
Hamster stuff.
Okay.
I'm weird. Yeah, I literally don't have an explanation. I just don't. That's how I learned. I think what happened is that when I bought the mixer, it just happened to be in reverse. And okay, so it's this way.
Oh, word.
I think that's what happened. Honestly.
Yo.
And I never bothered, you know, trying to figure out what the hell, you know.
You can scratch still. Like that's one of the things that I kind of vividly remember in just me knowing you in the years, even in the Matt's basement. Like you just
I could.
like you like trying to you are on it. You know what I mean?
I could do it. Yeah, not crazy, but I could defend myself, I guess.
Yeah. And then how important are sound effects, and what would you tell the new guy?
Same thing. I mean, it helps build the song up and kind of like give your mixes and the night, like your set, kind of like some personality, kind of some charisma, you know. But a lot of guys, they overdo it, man. They overdo it, and it's just let the song play. You know?
I think the guys that overdo it,
you know,
I think the guys that overdo it,
they don't have the confidence to just let the song ride out.
Well, they lack some of the other abilities, because it's like too much. And like, so like I've trained just a couple people, and I would train them. We don't even do sound effects. I'm like, have an ill set, without even one air horn,
and then just let them figure it out for themselves.
Just figure it out.
Yeah,
make some effects on what you're doing with the record or how you're blending it, things of that nature, to give it an effect, and then use the
effects are kind of getting outdated anyway. A lot of guys don't. It's starting to fade away. If you pay attention.
Yeah.
And if you do use it, maybe it's like a sweep sound or and that's it.
Yeah, something chill.
Yeah,
something chill.
There's dudes that drop like sentences and like little things. And like, damn, son, where'd you find this? And
I think that's good if you're doing a mixtape or something. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
But when you're live in a club and like you got, come on.
Yeah.
But that's me.
All right, Eddy Mena. Hold on. Eddy Mena, listen, y'all.
I forgot I even brought this.
It's the first guy. First of all, let me see this real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it in the.
My mom told me anywhere you go, you don't go empty-handed. So
I'm gonna put it here really quick, and then I'm gonna bring it up.
All right, but
first of all, shout out to you just coming up here, man.
Oh, man, of course.
Shout out to you being who you are as a man, a DJ. Hopefully people are watching you. Hopefully younger guys are watching you, your work ethic, your consistency, on days off, your family man, your husband. Hopefully maybe there's some young ladies watching you and saying, hey, there's still good men out here who take care of their responsibilities and things of that nature. Hopefully older guys are getting inspired and saying, hey, I would like for my son to be able to watch this guy. When you get on Twitch, hopefully some of these guys can see that, because I really, really, really do believe that we need more examples, and you're absolutely
appreciate it, man.
A hell of an example at your age, and I just can't wait to see everything else that you got coming up. And he is our first guest. Get step your game up, man. I ain't bring me a fucking like that. He brought us a gift. It looked like it's wrapped. Yo,
I was at Target. Like I told you, I was at Target. Let me give him some. It's nothing crazy, but so I know you like wearing hats.
Oh, we got some flavor.
This little hat. I was, got you some little something.
We got some flavor, man. Thank you.
It's a golf hat, but I know you don't golf.
I do golf.
Oh, you do golf?
You golf?
No, hell no.
Oh, I was ready to say, let's get it.
Yeah.
I golf. Shout out to my dad, right? I got a set, and I just won last time.
Okay. Well, yeah. I just thought it was nice, and I know you wear black a lot.
Yeah.
So like this.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, and then I got something else for Paige right here.
Yo, listen, men, follow my guy, man. Even if you don't,
I'm not gonna get you something else. Of course, come on.
Even if you don't have any interest in the DJing, just follow this young man right here. awesome young man right here.
Every girl needs a good mug.
Here, babe, I'm gonna open it.
You know. And I'm glad you drink coffee. So.
And it got the P on it.
P on it. So it's got it. There it is.
There it is. Thank you, man.
Nothing crazy, but
Yo, I appreciate it.
Keep it in the office, and use it for a flower bouquet if you want. Whatever.
Yo, listen, Eddy Mena, man. Yo, thank you for coming up here, man.
No, I mean, the honor's mine.
Absolutely.
Man. I'm glad I came up here.
I want to bring, I've been doing everybody on the one-on-one.
Right.
At some point, we want to do where we're having like a few people up here, right?
Have a discussion,
and have more of a discussion.
A panel is what they call it.
Yeah. Panel discussion, and get to it, man. Thank you for being the guy you are today, man. Thank you for blessing me, my fiance,
of course,
with these gifts, spending the time here.
Of course.
We're gonna check you out tonight.
Yes.
We're gonna swing through, grab a drink, and just have a good time.
Yes.
You're blessed, man, and shout out to wifey at home.
Yeah.
The family and
you too,
the
man.
team.
I met your parents.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
People too.
And shout out to all your success, man.
Just getting started, man. We'll see where this takes us.
Just getting started.
I'm just here for the ride,
Eddy Mena, make sure you follow him on the platforms, Instagram. We're going to throw all this stuff in the description. Check him out. And he's going to be on Twitch soon, right?
Yes, we're going to talk about that.
We're going to get him on Twitch.
Figure something out.
If you're somebody who doesn't want to go out to the club, don't want to be bothered by all the people, but want to bring the club to the crib.
I'll call it Eddy Mena Mobile.
Eddy Mena Mobile. It's coming soon. Make sure y'all check it out.
In your pocket.
Get the sound bars ready for the house. Get the aux cord. If you still need the aux for the car, grab them. Grab 2 of them.
Get the Bluetooth speaker.
The Bluetooth.
Bottle of Espolón.
Can you imagine somebody like at the beach? Because like the mixes you can like replay them back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like people at the beach
blasting it,
cracking your shit?
Yeah.
And imagine you just happen to be at the beach and you walking by and you like,
and my face.
Yeah.
They look like. Yeah.
Yo, man, thank you for being on the show, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
we up out of here.
sir.
Night Look Radio Podcast. Hit that subscribe button. You know what it is. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.